Hello everybody and welcome back to another course here at PushStart. So I'm real excited. This is right in my wheelhouse, one of my favorite topics to discuss with gym owners, and that's marketing, specifically organic marketing. Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of taking money and throwing it into the social media digital ad funnel and handing it over to Mark Zuckerberg. While that's a viable strategy and it's a tool that I believe should be implemented at a specific time, I believe most gym owners would do sufficiently well with their lead acquisition, sales, brand awareness through organic marketing. Now, I will say there's a caveat to this. It's a lot of work. Running paid ads on social media or any other digital platform is very simple. You put in your money, you create the ad, and then that machine shoves that ad out to whoever it was that you wanted to target. Now, you gotta make sure you have the right creative, video or media or photo. You gotta make sure you have the right copy. You gotta make sure you have a landing page that converts. But beyond that, these are all lifts that are done sitting at a laptop. You can outsource an agency for this, or you could do your own independent research and do it yourself. But it is a very low lift compared to what I'm gonna recommend today, which is organic marketing. Organic marketing that is not paid. Organic marketing that's gonna get you out of your four walls and out into your city. Remember, as a gym, you generally do not need thousands of clients. You need hundreds of clients. You need a very, very small percentage of the active, viable, willing to participate market within your town. So I'll be talking with you today about some off-site marketing opportunities, ways to get connected inside your city so that when you walk around, you almost feel like the mayor. There's not a business you can't walk in on that someone doesn't know you because you've participated with them in some kind of B2B or off-site collaboration with the two businesses so you can increase your brand awareness, they can increase theirs. So sit down, relax. This is going to be a lot more fun. It's going to be a lot more work. But I promise you, it's a lot more fun than thinking of creative ads and videos that are gonna stop people in a thumb scroll. For me personally, this was my favorite part of being a gym owner, was getting out in the space and doing organic marketing. Hopefully, I'm able to shed some light and make this your favorite part of marketing as well. Let's get into it. So when we're looking at an organic marketing checklist, we want to ensure that we understand the difference right off the bat between organic and paid marketing. A lot of times there's some confusion here. So organic marketing creates brand awareness and client acquisition strategies in which you are not directly paying for the marketing result. If you were to hire a firm, or you were to go into Facebook Ads Manager, you are going to pay for a very specific result. That could be traffic to a landing page. That could be a certain outcome, a lead being filled out on a landing page, or the amount of impressions a video gets. So you determine what is the KPI, the metric that you want to see happen, and then you pay a sum of money for that result. And at scale, that could become very expensive, especially in a day and age now where everybody is digitally marketing because, well, that's where the eyeballs are. Now, organic marketing, though it's not paid through that route, there is still some cost associated with it, and we'll talk about that. It's mainly gonna be time, and there will be some sunk cost, but typically those sunk costs are one-time cost that you can then use over and over. Things like a nice tablecloth with your brand on it, or an A-frame sign that you take for pop-up workouts. They're things that you're going to pay once, but you're going to get to rinse and reuse it over and over and over. Now, paid marketing is obviously the exact opposite. We're paying for that result, as I just said. It's a pretty clear as to the differences here, because with paid marketing, you're not just only paying for the result, you're also paying for the videographer to come out and take that promo video, or the photographer to come out and take the photographs. And then you're paying the ad agency a monthly retainer fee. And then you're having to pay the ad dollars, like your marketing budget, on top of it. Paid marketing has multiple different ways that you have to pay. And that's why for me and most of Small Business America, I generally recommend go with organic marketing first, exhaust that, make it ROI positive. People doing organic marketing will make money on it. Compared to their cost, they will make far more money. And then with some of that leftover ROI, then you can invest later on in paid marketing. Now, examples of organic would be non-paid social media posting, right? Just posting without paying, setting up B2B events with local businesses, pop-up workouts, and other off-site events, which I'll show you and talk about here in a little bit. Paid marketing is going to be social media ads, paying a local influencer to make a blog post about you, PPC, which is pay-per-click ads on Google or some other search engine. So those are just a few examples. Now, exhaust your organic first. Most gym owners believe their website doesn't convert or their social media isn't working because of the number of leads and prospects they get each month. However, it's rarely the platform that is the issue. It is the volume of posting. It is your lack of exhausting the organic reach that is the true issue. When your organic efforts are exhausted, you can expect an ample amount of new leads and prospects walking through your doors. I have worked with gyms, and even with my own, that can get 100+ leads per month and never spend $1 on social media ads. This is all from getting out into their community and performing organic, off-site, B2B marketing, having a really good organic marketing arm on their own social media and videos and posts and highlighting members and showing people what it's like to be a member at the gym. Once all that's exhausted, most gyms are good. Like, this is fine. And this is a lot of work to keep up. But I like doing this because the cost of having to go the paid route is A, the result is far more unknown. Paid marketing is far more of a gamble than organic. All right? You collab with a local brewery to do a pop-up workout like we used to do here. This is an actual photo. This was a seltzery. Think of a brewery, but they make seltzer. And we would do this event every 6 to 8 weeks. Every event on average was 15 to 25 people. We knew they were marketing it. We were marketing it. Between the two entities marketing this thing and this being a popular location, we were pretty much guaranteed at zero cost minus this sign and the hour of time from one of my employees, we were guaranteed a very strong ROI. And people came in and they had to fill out our waivers, which is how we acquired the lead. And then we got to meet people. These are much safer bets for someone who is working and balling on a budget in terms of their marketing expenses. Now, this is the actual monthly organic marketing checklist. I want you to write it down, print this up, put it up on your wall, and until you've exhausted this every single month for 6 months, then and only then would I agree that if you're looking to be like, this isn't working, then maybe we need to go ahead and evaluate paid marketing or take a look at what you're currently doing. But here's the checklist. First off, we're going to start with search engine. So with search engines, Google being the primary one, we want to have 5 new reviews to your Google business profile every single month. I don't care how you get it done. You need to ensure that you get 5 new reviews to your GBP every single month. The more you play with those features in your GBP, the more Google likes it, the higher your search engine optimization is going to be. Updated post, Q&A, and your front-end offer to the GBL or GBP, Google Business Listing or Google Business Profile. Now, if you have already taken one of the first courses we have up here at PushStart, where I talk to you about how to create your Google Business Profile, great, you're probably already on top of this. If not, highly recommend going back and reviewing that. But there are features on your GBP that allow you to make posts, offers, let people know what your front-end offer is currently, highlight members, Q&As. There are things that make that GBP come to life, and Google likes when you play with their features. So play with them. Make sure that's dialed in. Now on social media, we need 3 posts per day per platform. Yes, per platform. Now, it is not 3 posts on all the platforms in one day. 3 posts per platform per day. Now, it seems like a lot, and it is in the beginning. But once you go ahead and master this, we've talked about this in a previous course, how you can take 150 images and about 30 pieces of good copy, and you have content for about 6 to 9 months. And you just mix and match photo and copy, or video and copy. And make sure they have a good, clear call to action, telling the customer exactly what you want them to do. Go to the link in our bio and click the link to access a free week. Once you fill out your information, one of our coaches will be in contact with you shortly. They also need to ensure that whatever your front-end offer is, if it constantly changes, that the copy in your landing pages change with it. Now, the 3 posts per day, that is going to be something you're going to want to get an online scheduling tool to assist you with. Highly recommend their Later app, Hootsuite, even the Creator Studio, which is free for Facebook and Instagram. There's plenty of them out there, but 3 per day, that's something that you can schedule out for the entire month on a Sunday in your pajamas, drinking a cup of coffee in about 2 hours. That's it. You have the entire month scheduled out. You just need the photos and you need the copy pre-written. Now, you need to have a unique SEO landing page for each platform. Meaning, let's say you have a landing page and it's www.mygym.com/free week. Well, make 3 clones of that landing page, or however many platforms you're going to use. And you're going to have at the end of the URL of that custom landing page, FB, IG, LI, right? For Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever platform you're posting it to. That way, when the leads come in from that unique URL, you will know, oh man, we got 8 leads this month from Instagram. We got 0 from LinkedIn. That's interesting. We should probably put more effort into Instagram. So unique landing page URLs for each platform you're on. Don't have all your platforms go to the same landing page. You will not be able to properly quantify where they're coming from. And make sure you have a regularly scheduled photo shoot monthly or quarterly with your members. Fresh photos, new faces, highlighting the amazing time they're having, the coach-to-member relationship, your unique belief in fitness, and showing people overall just having a good time. That's what these images really need to portray. Then your B2B offsites. So you're posting 3 times a day per platform, and you're also going to book 2 offsite events per month. Now, this is difficult because you need to create relationships first with a lot of businesses to get one of them to say yes to you. On average, in my experience, we probably need to talk to 20 businesses to get 3 to 5 to say yes to doing an event with us. But once you get those 3 to 5 and they go really well, you're able to go back to the remaining 15 or so that said no to you, tell them about the success you're having with them, and then that's when you get, 8, 12 or so of those businesses to jump on board, and you have a nice recurring calendar. The second Tuesday of the month, we do this at this coffee shop. The third Thursday of the month, we do this at the brewery. And you have a nice recurring B2B calendar, so hitting that 2 times per month minimum of offsite events is cake. Pop-up workouts at local breweries or coffee shops, hangover breakfasts at apartment complexes. You can do, lead warm-ups at local run clubs, finding a running club and going through and doing the warm-up. And the second you warm up, guess what? They got to fill out your lead. Shop and sip at a Lululemon or a local retailer, and lunch and learns at any local business in which you're able to get in contact with the HR manager and set up a time for you to come in and educate the staff on nutrition, exercise, whatever it may be. Finally, podcast and weekly blog articles. Now, this is a venture that I tell people, don't worry about your podcast and getting too in-depth on blogs right away. Start with the basics. Start with the top of this list first. When you're able to consistently perform these over the course of 90 days, maybe up to 6 months, then worry about getting advanced with podcast and blogs. So just to touch a little bit on the different events. So let's go to the top left, this sip and shop. Essentially what that is you find a local retailer and you say, hey, can we come in and set up a table and offer your patrons that come into the store free beverages? It could be kombucha or water, a sports drink. It could be mimosas if they'll allow you, cold brew coffee, whatever. And hand it out and then help people shop because we purchase your clothing. We wear it, we know it. We'd be more than happy to tell people, oh my God, I love those pants. I love the shirt. I wear it to work out all the time. Now, you've got to actually be a customer. If you walk into a business you've never done business with, probably not going to work out. So you better be a customer. But most athleisure, athletic-like clothing stores, you probably have been a customer or some of your staff has been a customer of those. Try to start relationships with them first. Also, you're going to have on an iPad a digital waiver or a form for a front-end offer. Essentially that form for whatever your front-end offer is, let's say it's a free week or a trial class. You're going to introduce yourself to people, let them know you work at the gym down the street. You're just here hanging out, handing out drinks, helping people shop. And by the way, we're offering a free week. This allows you, these B2Bs, what they allow you to do is actually interact with people, create a relationship, and then see if they like to come check out your thing. A lot of gym owners very much want to sit behind a computer these days and hit a button and make leads show up and make people walk in the door. That does not exist. And if it does exist, you need a lot of money to make it exist. For most of us, we have to be scrappy And because we don't need that many clients, it would be better for us in brand awareness to get out in the community, talk to people, and let them be like, oh, I used to drive by that gym and it looked a little intimidating at first, but after I got to meet a few of the people at the brewery, they did a little boot camp workout. They were actually super nice, and I went and tried it out the following week and joined. I love it now. Those are real stories, and it's not like a fairy tale. That is a very common outcome to doing these B2Bs. Hangover breakfasts, one of my favorites that we used to do. Depending on your demographic, you can have, biscuits and brunch type scenario, whatever you want to call it. Go to local resident communities, which need to have social events on their calendar. It's part of their requirement. And say, I'm going to bring free breakfast. One of my staff is going to come down on a Saturday or Sunday, bring coffee and orange juice or mimosas and, breakfast biscuits and donuts and bagels. And we're just going to give them out to your members until they're gone. They're like, really? For free? For free. And you're going to bring your iPad with you, and you're going to offer a free week or whatever your front end offer is, and you're just going to engage with people, talk with them. By giving people food and beverage, they have to stick around a little bit longer. They're talking to you. Now, some people will come down, grab a drink, and just leave. That's okay. Nor do they have to fill out your waiver. They can just simply talk with you, learn about your business, have a pleasant conversation, and never fill it out. This is brand awareness, my friends. Will you walk away with leads with these? I promise you, you will. But even more importantly, you're going to be making a lasting impression. A, that your brand even exists, because most people doesn't know it exists. And B, now they have something positive to say. Like, oh, I heard of that gym. They actually, they were at my apartment complex handing out food. Yeah, I don't know. I think they had like free options to go try out their gym or something, but they were really nice. The one girl actually was from Ohio too. So yeah, they were really cool. That is gold in a world where nobody knows you exist. That is such a powerful thing. Pop-up classes, parks, breweries, coffee shops. One of my favorite ones, we went to a coffee shop. What is your slowest day of the week coffee shop? They said Tuesdays. I said, awesome. What time do you open? 7 a.m. Perfect. What if I host a free boot camp outdoor workout at 6 a.m.? You advertise it, I'll advertise it. For free, you'll do that? Absolutely. And then afterwards, if you want to give all those people a little promo, they can come in and get coffee and hang out and buy your product, and now you have more customers on a slow day. And guess what? Because you're working them out, they have to fill out a waiver. Guys, there are a lot of cool opportunities here. Your imagination's your limit. But the thing that I cannot press enough is that you've got to be everywhere in your town, because you can't afford billboards or television ads or even a mediocre social media campaign. Right? It's very expensive these days to advertise, and I highly recommend be scrappy, save your money in your cash flow, and get out in your community and make your brand known. Now, social media schedulers are another incredible tool here to help with your organic marketing checklist, those 3 times a day posts I was referring to. Get yourself a social media scheduler. Plan That is one I really like. Later app I really like. Hootsuite is great, but highly recommend getting yourself a social media scheduler that allows you to do this in minimal amount of time, so it's not such a burden. All right, so now as a little bonus, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the podcasts and blogs I was discussing earlier. Now, remember, I don't recommend you start here, you evolve to this. Do not get fancy until you've refined the most basic elements. Social media, search engine, and getting out into your community. Trust me, because if you don't have those 3 things, then the blogs and the podcasts will do nothing for you. Trust me. Now, I had one of the most successful client acquisition strategies when I deployed the podcast and blog profiles after I had done all the search engine, social media, and the B2B. Because what it did is once it allowed me to get into the community and get ourselves known, now we had something that people were somewhat interested in. And when you perform the podcast strategy like I'd recommend, where you're interviewing members, you're interviewing local business owners, who then you later do B2B events with, now there's people of interest. Now, these podcasts are not meant to be a la Joe Rogan and get, 100,000 downloads. No. This is literally just meant for your members at first. There's 3 kinds of episodes that I recommend. Coaches just talking shop. Your members want to know what it is you guys banter about back and forth all the time. They want to hear interviews with other members. They're curious about other members, their friends, whatever it may be. And now as you talk to your current customers, you can ask them about their their spouse that doesn't come to the gym, or you can talk to them about what they do for work and who's their friend and their coworkers and where they come from. And then when that individual goes out and like, hey, I was on a podcast at my gym. Oh, your gym is a podcast? Yeah. And I was talking about you and that one time we went to Greece and like, oh, really? Guess what that person's gonna do? They're gonna listen to the podcast. There's a lot of great opportunities here, guys. A lot of great opportunities within the podcast, but do not jump to this at first. Do the basic stuff really, really well. If you're going to push internal, marketing, like you have personal training sessions, nutrition coaching, anything, podcasts work great for that since the number one audience is going to be internal. And then as you do some of the B2B segments where you have local businesses come on, then you'll start getting a more broad local reach. Okay. I always recommend that you make the podcast about your city, not about fitness. There's a lot of podcasts about fitness. There's very few podcasts that embrace the local city you're in, and that obviously is a much more marketable theme than just fitness and nutrition at your gym. Blogs. Now this is an old method, but it's extremely effective. You're going to need someone with the skill of written word, and I recommend around 2 to 4 per month. So generally we start off, we make a master list of all the different blog topics we want to write about. We pre-write maybe 2 months worth, and then we start dripping them once a week, and that gives us a little bit of a runway. But blogs are great because they allow you to elaborate on topics that are unique. Don't use things that there's 1,000 blog posts on. Why lifting weights won't make women bulky. We have beaten that horse to death. Pick something truly unique, right? Use storylines. Storylines like, I missed a box jump, ripped open my shin, and lived to tell about it. That is something that is very unique. Could be slightly intimidating depending on the market you're going after, or how I ran a marathon, or how one of our clients ran a marathon, only running twice per week. Topics like that, there's less noise in the search engine, so that those topics will have higher visibility and searchability. Podcasts and blogs, guys, they're absolutely great. They're the cherry on top, though, when it comes to your organic marketing checklist. Now, as always, if you have questions, make sure to head over to the Push Press Facebook community group. Throw your questions in there, and we'll be happy to answer them. And that is it for the course. Hopefully this was helpful. If it got you, running you through your head of some ideas and things you could be doing in your city, in your town, and you want to run it by someone, hit us up inside of the Push Press Facebook community group. Otherwise, you've got your marching orders, you've got your checklist. Let's get to work and get more people in your gym. Until I see you in the next course, have a great day.